Today's update made possible by the All About Hennessey POST.
Are we rolling?
We are rolling. We're
Fantastic.
on the Christmas set still.
Yes.
Getting ready for
hard
the
set.
The who?
The hard set.
The hard set.
Yeah.
I see you listen.
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
Every time you talk, I listen.
Learn something. Yes. This is for the mistletoe magic that we're doing. I think next Thursday is mistletoe magic. Tough day today for the basketball team. Girls basketball
I
team.
understand. I have been kind of out of pocket. I took some personal leave. Talking with Nurse Shelley, she explained to me how the situation came about, and that it happened. It happened. And the first line says, if one person on the basketball team has it, everyone's pretty much going to be quarantined. Yeah. You could go back and review tape and stuff like that, but it really was pretty much a foregone conclusion that it would be the whole team would be quarantined. So there we are. And one of the things we were going to talk a little bit about tonight was announce that there is a basketball game Saturday here with Merritt on the 12th at 2 p.m. Well, I have not heard how that all plays out.
And that's a
Merritt
pickup game. It wasn't regularly on the schedule.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, right now, just stay. I go to the All About Hennessey community calendar. We have a couple of different calendars. Call and ask however you need to. But keep contact with us.
We do now have we had a calendar disruption, but we now have the allaboutHennessey.com calendar is tied to the school. And the problem up until just a couple of days ago, there were like 3 calendars.
Right.
And they all weren't talking together, and we got that fixed. So now
fantastic.
You can see all the calendars for the whole community and the school at allaboutHennessey.com.
Yeah, a good resource.
Good. Well,
good
stay
thing
tuned
about
and
it.
We'll kind of see how it progresses. And
Because one of the other things we had talked about was the new guidelines of the 7 days with a negative test or 10 days with no symptoms, but 4 more days with observation and all that. We did get notification that we are CLIA, C-L-I-A approved, where we can actually administer the tests. Again,
I heard that. So you can do it
I just said it.
at school. That's where I heard
Yeah.
it. Okay.
You don't know jack,
It was
do
like,
you? Yeah.
wow.
You don't know jack about vaccinations. No, it's tests, not vaccinations.
Okay.
Tests. You don't know jack about tests.
Okay.
And so,
I don't like needles.
but we were CLIA approved. I don't know exactly what all that allows us to do, but
how long does that take to get a result?
Well, I guess with these tests, they got some numbers and some letters that identify the type of test and I'm not sure what those are, but maybe Shelley will call in and tell us. Nurse Musing will call in and tell us. But my understanding is it's like 15 minutes.
Really?
Yes.
So you can do it right there at school.
Yes.
You don't have to go to a
Right.
lab. And
That's
pretty
is,
cool. That really
well, Before we get too excited, I got to get all the details in place because sometimes things sound a little too good because they're a little too good.
Talking about nothing.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Episode of Seinfeld.
That's what happens when we go off script.
Yes.
I just kind of throw a grenade at them with the pin out.
Yeah.
Sure.
There we go. And so that would allow them to come back in 7 days possibly, but 7 days from now we go on Christmas break. So I don't know what our schedule of ball games is over the Christmas break. A lot of times people will scrimmage and stuff like that. But we do have a vehicle now that we can get people back in the saddle quicker.
Yep. Well, while we're on the basketball thing, stay with us because Brady Page, the boys basketball team coach, will be here, and he's going to talk about the boys' side of this thing and how they're doing. I can imagine, Mike, how you're dealing with how many. You got close to 1,000 people that you have to
on every day. There's about 1,000 folks in the building.
With numbers that big, you're bound to be ricocheting off of something all the time.
Absolutely. Well, you just got so many. It's such a different need from pre-K to seniors, but you got to take care of them all, and that's kind of one of the things I wanted to have everybody aware of is we have a quarantine plan where if we are quarantined for an extended length. Now I don't know. Again, where we're going to meet, the principals are meeting. We're meeting this morning, Thursday morning, to really go over how we want to move forward. We're having several, again, like the basketball team out. So we just need to kind of decide what our path forward is. And luckily, we're bumping into Christmas break, so that gives us 2 weeks out.
Time. Yep.
So everyone should cycle through, and we should have everybody back whenever we start back in January. But we've got a plan to use the bus drivers and classroom aides to deliver meals and packets to people who need them through using the school Suburbans and vans. And we'll kind of, Gary Beeman's our transportation director, and he is developing a set of routes. So everyone, whether you ride or bus or not, you'll be on a route, and they'll deliver your stuff.
So
and then
this
they'll
would
pick
be
them
sort
up.
of like you did last summer, but the Ministerial Alliance did the delivering.
Similar, but it would incorporate our staff, because they won't shut it down where we can't be in the school. So again, like Rita's taking care of making sure the child nutrition part's met, and Gary's taking care of how do we get it to them, and then the teachers are developing the packets that they would need if they can't get on the internet. It's using our resources in a little bit different way, but people will be much more accountable, because again, we're sending people out into the community to get the lessons out to them, to pick up their lessons that they should be sending back the next day, delivering meals, and having that interaction. So there will be a more accountability for that. But one of the things, right this time of year, we see winter storm watches and winter storm warnings. And right now, I'd say we're in a COVID quarantine watch pattern where get all your stuff ready. Contact your babysitters, contact your family members, whoever it is that watch the kids. Get the plan of here's your Pop-Tarts for breakfast and ham sandwich for lunch, and I'll be home for supper, and I'll get all that stuff ready, because this is as serious as we've had it in a while. Storm warning would be, we're calling you saying tomorrow we're going online and stuff. Yeah. Hopefully we'll give you guys enough of a warning, which I'm doing right now. As a matter of fact, you just get a plan, your plan's in place. We're working on having enough chargers for everyone to send one home. But, again, if we decide to be out for a week, we would absolutely make sure we send a charger home. So
Well, I think
we're not to that point yet.
I do. I mean, I don't have any children in school, but I appreciate all of the planning now. I mean, you are ready. It seems like that, there's always going to be that 1%, but
Right.
At least you've got a hardcore plan
Right.
for the whole thing, not just
Yes.
here's some computers, go home.
Right.
And
Yes, and there's so many little things. Just like if the teachers are supposed to be teaching, what about their personal kiddos? Where are they?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have the daycare open. Plus, they can either go into their teachers' room, because the teachers most of them will be here. If someone's teaching from home, we're going to have it set up where the classroom aides would be managing teachers and staff's kids, and they could be logging on different classes, and you'd have someone for support. Mom or dad could be teaching in the classroom. So again, a plan's in place to cover even those kiddos. And some folks are going to have to be teaching from home, because they'll be close contact.
Yep.
And that'll change. That'll be fluid and be something that will vary as the time passes. And some people will come back. Hopefully, no one else will get infected and have to be out. But there is a plan, and again, just be aware that this situation is getting worse. The numbers, if you watch the nightly news or at all, you see they're just going crazy.
we're really fortunate. I mean, up to just recently, now it's like, they're starting to ping around,
Right.
getting close, and yeah.
But percentage-wise,
We're
I think
still
it was
way,
half of
way
a percent.
down.
And I don't look at the community. I'm just talking about just in school. But yes, we're like less than 0.5%, 2-3 a week. And again, that is coming to us. It's not something that we're sending back with them. The kiddos are coming with it, and then we're just dealing with it. So again, and we will send out an all call. We'll let everybody know in all the ways that we possibly can if we're going to miss any time.
And of course, we'll be part of that link. So if you've got anything need to know, we'll jump on and tell you what's going on. Patrick Courtney is really working hard to broadcast the games live. I mean, it's more important than ever right now. And we actually missed last night's because of the calendar mess. But getting a lot of comments about there's no audio. And what's happening is Facebook has this thing now that if you're streaming live any copyrighted music, they will shut you down. I mean, like, just disconnect you. And so what Patrick is having to do is every time that Patrick Griffin pumps up the music, Patrick Courtney, the video guy, has to shut the sound off, or they'll lose the feed. And then it takes like 15 minutes to get it back up again after they've shut you down. So yes, the sound will come and go depending on what music is playing, and he's doing that to keep the feed up. And it's not a technical problem. He's aware of it. He knows what it's doing. It's just kind of a pain in the rear, but that's what we have to do.
So the camera system we looked at with AVL, is that will that end up taking care of that?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
The only way to fix that is to not play, ZZ Top and.
But isn't that
all
because
those
we're
kind of
using Facebook as our delivery tool?
things. Still, you're going to use Facebook though.
You're still going to do it even
you'll
if you
still
have your
use that.
own.
Now you can do it.
capacity?
We can pay to use a service to stream through the website, but it's pretty expensive to do that. And it's much easier just to go to Facebook. So the answer would be just stop using top 40 music, and there are ways to do that. I can,
So even if you're not using the music through them, it's just something that the microphone is picking up.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that seems odd because we pay for that. Well, I think Patrick's maybe doing his own. Patrick
Well,
Griffin's doing
and that's
his
the
own
deal.
thing right
He's
now.
paying for the rights to play it in the arena. He's not
Right.
paying for the rights to broadcast it on YouTube or Facebook. So that's
Okay.
the copyright. They want you to pay for every single use,
Right.
and it gets really expensive. So it would be easier to just let's use an alternative type
Mm-hmm.
of music and leave it go.
Very nice.
We're working on it.
Yeah. So now you know.
Yep.
Yeah. So we talked about the game Saturday. I don't know if that's on or off, but just again check the calendar because they will update that.
Mm-hmm.
The quarantine, again, just be ready. Not saying we are, not saying we aren't, but we are in a.
Watching the numbers.
Yeah, we're judging that, and it is getting more serious. I think everyone anticipated that after the I'm wanting to say Halloween, but that wasn't what it was. What was it?
Thanksgiving. Yes.
During
the
Thanksgiving.
turkey one. Yeah.
Turkey one. Yes, the turkey one. And I think everyone thought that was going to happen, and it appears that it is coming true.
Yeah, but it's still not that ocean wave tsunami.
No.
That everyone, oh my God, we're dying.
No.
But it's a slow and progressive thing
Yeah.
that just keeps.
Well, we're absolutely not going to have the same school year that we would without the pandemic. But I think we've done a relatively good job of trying to make it as normalized as possible, and accepting that we're probably not going to see the growth that we would like to have seen and some stuff like that, student by student. But I think that's one of the good things about using the model that we're using to measure student growth, not just student mastery, is that while there won't be as much, we still will be able to tell those kids that did move forward and document and demonstrate that.
Very good.
So I think that's about it. I will have more information on the CLIA, that CLIA certification, and what that means. We'll knock that about tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know how
About
it all
Thursday, so.
works and that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So very cool. All right.
So,
Well,
all right.
thank you, Mike.
I think we're done.
Stay with us. Brady Page, boys basketball coach, will be here in a minute.
Worth the squeeze.
Be sure to head over to allaboutHennessey.com and sign up for your free edition of the Hennessey Post. And we're back. And I have Brady Page, the high school basketball coach, or are you like all school basketball coach?
No, mainly the high school. We got Brady Johnson that helps out, and he does the junior high, middle school basketball.
Okay.
So, yep, we'd kind of team up and do both those together a little bit.
Very cool. I was teasing him before we started that he's like off the radar. He's not on Facebook. He's no social media stuff. I tried to Google him, got nothing. Where are you from? Where did you grow up?
Yeah, Jack, I'm from Hominy, Oklahoma. I grew up, it's kind of by Tulsa area.
Okay.
My dad's a basketball coach, so I grew up in Hominy, went through first grade through eighth grade there. And then my dad took a high school job at Yale, Oklahoma. So I went to high school at Yale, if you've heard of that. It's about
Yep.
15 miles east of Stillwater.
Cruise through there on the way to Tulsa.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. You
Okay.
fly right by it.
Very good. That's not a very big school either, is
No,
it? Or
it's
is it,
2A.
it's gotten bigger.
It's 2A. Yeah, it's grown a little bit. Yeah, that's 2A. Maybe get some Stillwater kids every once in a while.
Now, where did you go to college? Where did you get your degree?
I went to Oklahoma Christian University.
Really?
I played basketball for Dan Hayes. That's been there forever
Mm-hmm.
and kind of a legend. And I've known him forever. Knew where I was wanting to go since I was little, and went to school at Oklahoma Christian.
So is your degree athletics or physical ed?
Yeah,
or?
I actually have a physical education degree, teaching stuff just to get my foot in the door, and I've added to it. And I've got my history stuff and things like that. But
Added
yep.
value?
Yeah. Yep, they can use me a couple different places.
So where was your first coaching job?
My first coaching job, I graduated in December. So when I got out, it was kind of I helped my dad a little bit at Pawnee and kind of substituted that first semester, and then I got a job at Keystone. It was a K through 8 school, and it was over there kind of by Tulsa by the Keystone Dam, and I got to do that and help my dad for 3 or 4 years until my little brother Keaton graduated. So got to help him and won a couple state championships and got to do that. I figured that was better than going to get my first job, helping him first, and then I came to Hennessey after a couple years of helping my dad at Pawnee.
So is your brother a coach also?
Yeah, he's on the staff at OSU. He played there for 4 years and then jumped on the staff immediately, and he's been coaching for 4 or 5 years at OSU.
You know, I've probably been around him. I didn't know him.
Yeah,
Because we
yeah,
get down
he's-
on the field or on the
Yeah,
floor, and
you probably seen him a few times.
yeah, wasn't. I'll have to look him up. So now, please understand for those followers, they know that I'm a wheel sports guy, not a ball sports guy. And actually, my first real connection with Brady was like 3 years ago when we started All About Hennessey. So before that, I have no previous history.
Yeah.
Have you had a state championship team?
No, we have not. This is my 10th year at Hennessey, so we've coached 9 full years here. We got close. We won a state runner-up a few years ago. It was 2 years ago. We got beat in the finals. We've been in the state tournament 4 or 5 times and have some close runs at it.
Yeah.
That was the closest we got. So we're kind of hoping we get one soon, but we got as close as you can get. But
Boy,
just
it got
didn't
really
steal it,
close.
man.
Was that 2
Yeah.
years ago
It was
now?
2 years
I
ago.
remember
Yeah.
down on the floor that night.
Yeah, that was a fun
was
night. We got close, but not quite.
Very cool. So now the Eagle Event Center. I mean, you've got like the premier building
Yeah, it's-
right now. How is that? I mean, you've moved up out of the basement into
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have a loft office now.
Yeah, it's awesome. Everybody talks about it. Referees even love coming there, and trying to get some more home games. But people love coming here. We love it. We're so excited to have it, and not taking it for granted. We're absolutely excited about the dome.
And then now you've got some, and I don't know if you're using it yet, but I helped design all of the media in that building. So all of the screens and
Yes.
where they all are and all that kind of stuff, good or bad, were kind of like Dr. Woods and I's idea. And now you have a full size interactive panel in the locker room. Are you
Yes.
using that yet, or is that?
We do pre-game stuff. I can pull up film and show the kids film and stuff right before if we need to touch up on something. We use it for music in the locker room. I mean, you can use it for all kinds of things. Technology in the dome is unbelievable.
It's pretty cool.
It's
These are
great.
like 80-inch touchscreen monitors.
Yes,
I mean, it's
yeah.
like an enormous iPad.
You have a big computer in there.
Yeah.
It's great.
So they're
Something
pretty-
I've never seen anybody else have anything
A
like
really
that.
neat
so.
teaching tool. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, did you get the sound system in the locker room? Because I think we proposed that, but I don't know if it ever.
I don't
came.
think it's in the locker room, but
Okay.
I mean, you can step 1 foot out of there and hear it. So it's great to have that too.
Okay, because there was talk about putting a pregame sound
Yeah.
system that would Bluetooth in there.
Oh,
And I
nice.
guess I think it's wired for it. It's
Yeah,
just not
I'm
installed.
sure it could be. One of our kids can figure it out.
Yeah,
I'm sure,
we'll
but
get a
yeah.
12-year-old to
That's-
show you how
yeah,
to use it.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's pretty cool.
Cool. So let's talk about this year's team.
Okay.
Now, is this a new team, or did you lose a bunch of seniors last year?
We did. We lost 3 seniors that were really important to our team. Kenley Wyrick helped us out, played for 6 years and did a great job. Bryson Hunt, which is Miss Avila's son, he moved in last year and just brought us leadership. Was great on defense. He was just excellent. And Angel Rodriguez was one of the best players in the state of
Legendary
Oklahoma.
Angel, yes.
Yeah, Angel was awesome. And so replacing those 3 guys has been tough, but we had a lot of kids coming back. So we're kind of getting there. It's just going to take us a while.
So you had kids in the pipe, and now
Yes.
there's their turn to step up.
Yeah, and they're doing a good job. We had 4 or 5 kids that played last year that are back, and some younger kids that are filling in, and we're starting to get there. But losing those seniors was pretty tough.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's starting over almost. But now, you had a win last night.
Yeah, we beat Frontier last night.
Very cool.
Right now we're 3-0, ranked number 7, and starting to build a little bit. We've got 3 or 4 more games till Christmas break, and hopefully we can do that and get us a rest.
How's the schedule? I know the schedule's just been like shuffled on you. Is it hard finding games? I mean, it's not like usual. You plan the whole year and that's it.
Yeah, no, that's true. We've already picked up. We lost the Frontier tournament, lost a couple other games, so you're kind of just someone else can't play on a Tuesday night and we can. They call us. So you'll see some different teams on the schedule this year than normal.
You got to
But,
watch because I guess there's a girls' game on Saturday.
Boys are after too.
Oh, boys
Yes,
also?
Yes,
Okay,
so we're
see,
playing.
didn't get that
yeah,
memo.
No, we're playing both. We'll try
Okay.
to stay together as much as possible.
Okay.
Just I guess if it's a quarantine factor and the girls are quarantined, then maybe the boys can go play or vice versa. But
Right.
yeah, we play Merritt Saturday afternoon, and you'll see some different teams. But I think we're almost caught up. We got a couple games thrown in there extra, but we'll figure it out.
Well, and as we learn that if there's a game change or a postponement or a cancellation or a time change, whatever, we'll throw that out on All About Hennessey, try to keep everybody up to date.
That's awesome.
We were struggling with calendars for a little bit, but I think we got it now. So what's next? What's it looking like for this year? And
A few games before the break, and then we'll kind of regroup, and then we'll get into our conference play. We'll have our conference tournament, play some conference teams that we're used to seeing, Okarche and Cashin and Fairview and teams like that, and then comes into playoffs, and hopefully we're ready to go by playoffs.
go to the big house again.
Hopefully
That would
we
be
can get back
exciting.
state tournament. Yeah.
However, now that would be even more amazing with COVID. You know, if
Oh,
you could
man.
get to that point with
Yeah.
all of the obstacles this year.
Yeah, so
that
they
would,
canceled state tournament last year.
Yes.
Hopefully things go well in January and February, and
I think they
we'll
got
get a
it
chance to play
figured out.
playoffs.
You know, they got the quarantine thing working, and everything is seems to be better anyway.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
it wasn't just okay, everybody go home kind of a thing.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
can
so
work
hopefully-
around it.
Hopefully they can fight through it and we can get to playoffs this year.
Very, very cool. Well, is there anything that I didn't bring up that you want to make sure everyone knows about what's going
I
on?
don't think
And-
so. I think you pretty much covered it.
Awesome. Very
job.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, Brady, thanks for hanging out for a little bit.
Well,
and-
thanks for having me, and you do a great job. Thank
bet.
you.
Okay, remember
Appreciate
to go ahead and go to allaboutHennessey.com, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the Hennessey Post, the official Hennessey newspaper, and we'll see you next week.